Anyway. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Exposed Thoughts. I'm Cashmere.
Armani.
Why you don't ever say I'm Armani? You just say I'm Armani.
Because clearly, it's two of us talking. They're going to see you when you stop talking. Okay, who's this one? Armani. I'm okay. Armani.
There we go. Gosh. So today's topic is parenting, becoming parents, being queer parents, and how we would feel if our kids were to be queer.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. I recently became a mother. I have a 1-year-old. Well, I think she's 15?
We not doing 14, the months.
14 months today?
A year. No, we not. Y'all be like, oh yeah, my baby is 87 months. We're not doing that.
Nah.
We not doing
that. I birthed her. So biologically, it was a wonderful journey. I have a wonderful donor. I have an amazing co-parent. It's definitely everything I hoped it to be and more. I'm sleeping good at night now.
You weren't sleeping good?
No, listen. Between the baby getting up every couple of hours and then actually just being up wanting to make sure the baby is still alive.
My goodness.
That is a thing. So,
it got real.
So I'm now sleeping pretty good at night. But yes, I have a beautiful little girl. And it was definitely a journey. In the past, I attempted to co-parent and be in other children's lives, and it didn't work out once the relationship ended. So, and I knew being a mother was something that I always wanted. It was just not even a goal. It was just something in me. I knew that I wanted to be a parent. I wanted to be a mother. I knew I would just raise the most beautiful kid ever. So, I wanted to make sure that happened. I didn't text her, but it happened. It came true, and here we are.
Cash don't never do what she's supposed to do before we start filming, y'all. And she never does.
The voice
she never
sound familiar.
I didn't text my mom and tell her we were filming so she could be quiet on the set.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, that's what happens. These are the early stages of this podcast.
Hey.
Y'all gonna get the raw and real deal Holyfield. But you want to talk about your parenting or your journey of becoming a parent?
It's actually funny, but not funny, that you and I share the experience of trying to co-parent in previous relationships or with other people in general. And it just, once the relationship or the situation or whatever, it was over, it's like, yeah, you can't be around this kid no more, because it's hard, it's awkward. Mm-hmm. However, with one person that I was dating, who's actually a great friend of mine, is my son's mother. And my son is about to be 17.
Damn, you getting old.
I'm getting old. No, he's just getting older. Okay, I'm not getting old. Anyway.
17 is wild. I remember him being a baby. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Listen, in Philly, almost everybody know each other. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway.
No,
it's anywhere too. Yeah. So Cash knew my baby when he was a baby before I became his dad.
That's wild. I wasn't even thinking about that part. That's the
I
crazy
was.
thing.
I thought you was trying to anyway.
No, I was just thinking about seeing him as a kid. But I wasn't thinking about the fact at the time when he was a kid.
Cash knew my kid before I became his dad. And so I entered his life when he was 3, turning 4. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's about to be 17 now. And I can't believe I had a high schooler. Like, yeah, that journey has, that's been a journey. I can freely speak, but I also don't say certain things because I don't want to involve other people. However, because I am trans and a lot of people on his mom's side knew me or of me prior to transition, it's like, well, how is that his dad? You know, just people just have so many questions. It's like, how is that? It was a very like toxic environment for all of us. And had I been the person to give up easily and care about, you know, what other people said, I could have walked out of his life. And in those beginning, like those first 2 years were very hard for all of us. Because if he's 3 and 4, he doesn't really know these things. You know, at 5, I started to teach him about like, you know, trans people, non-binary people and things like that. Even, again, he's 5, he's so young, but kids are also very smart. And I try to tell people all the time, kids are very smart.
Yeah, they're so quick. Is you a boy?
Yeah. Cause you got asked that by a kid.
I still do.
Oh my God. But and it's funny that you said that because now here I was and I have to make this disclaimer really quick too, that there's no one way to be. There's no one way to look. There's no prototype of a person, right? So at that time, or when my son was 4, he asked, like, you know, are you my dad? And I was like, and I say it that way because I had just started being on T, so I didn't have like facial hair or anything. And because I was dealing with my dysphoria so terribly at the time, I still thought that I looked like a butch. That's just what I thought, you know, even though a lot of times people are like, how you doing, sir? Blah, blah, before I even came out, you know, as with my identity. So when he asked that, I'm like, oh shit. Like, what? And it made me feel so good because, again, those previous situations where I was claiming people's kids and trying to co-parent and all that. And so it's just like, okay, here I have this child that's I'm spending time with. I'm spending time with his mom. And, like, we just have a good relationship, a great friendship, too. Like, so I asked her, I said, you know, like, how do you feel about me, you know, being his dad? Because he asked, and I was like, you know, I just kind of like changed the subject to a game or something. He's a kid, so I sidetracked him really quick.
Right.
You know,
right.
And then I went and talked to her about it. And so, you know, we had a quick talk, and it was more like, you know, like, are you going to be here? You know, like, you've been here. Are you going to, are you going to stay here? Are you going to really show up? Because having so many people in and out, no matter whose fault it was, just having so many different people in and out of their lives or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to stay. I'm going to be here, you know? And again, he was 4. He'll be 17 now. And ain't nobody can take me out of his life but him. I don't want you to be my dad anymore. Okay, bye. I ain't going no damn where. You go through your little what's it called? Puberty, your feelings. Bye. I'll be here later. You know? But overall, it has been a great experience, and I love being a dad. I love my kids so much. I'm ever grateful for his mom and the fact that my family has welcomed him and his mom in. Like, blood is not really a big factor to us. If you family, you know. And then I love that also, like, he knows you, like, you know, as my best friend, all my best friends, you know, his aunts and uncles and everything. So I really love it. It can be tough at times, especially in America, raising a young black boy that we know that's his identity as of now. It could change, it could not. But, you know, being aware of those things. And so I love it. And I wouldn't change it for the world.
Okay. No, I think seeing you as a parent, seeing that side of you has, like, just made me love you more. Like, you know, just add layers to you of why I love you. But I think you're an awesome parent, especially even like the way you keep your relationship, knowing that you live all the way on the other side of the world.
The country, stop saying, y'all say world, it get on my nerves.
All the way on the other side of the world. Like you still very involved. He still feels very supported by you, no matter where you are in this world. You still make sure you show up and show out when you need to. So that I do commend you, and I'm so proud of you being that type of parent.
I don't want to be no stereotype, no statistic. You know, I know the things that I've been through. I see what others have. I don't want it. And like I've explained to him and his mom, I might not be at every birthday, but I'm at every major celebration. Kindergarten, middle school, I'm going to be at high school graduation. His first show at a museum, I'm the first photographer between he and I ain't even did that. What I make sure I do, fly all the way here to be at these celebrations. You know, like I feel like it's very important, but not just the celebrations, but to make sure that we call, we text, we video chat, like, how's your grades? How do you actually feel? Your first relationship? I have to be there. I have to. I feel like the one thing that I always used to say that I would hate to fail as a person, and saying that is as a parent. I don't want to fail as a parent, and so if I'm not showing up and keeping contact, I feel like I'm failing as a parent. You know. So thank you. I'm happy for you too, and it also, I see another side of you too. I still can't believe Cash used to be walking around with her belly out.
Oh my goodness. I listen. It's so strange. Like even when I was like attempting to co-parent with other people and like being in these children's lives, and the love that I have for these kids still to this day, even though I don't see them anymore or anything like that, like I still hold them. They still have, you know, hold a place in my heart, like no matter what. Like if one of them called me to this day and needed me, I would at the best of my ability, I would help them out. But there's something different about carrying and producing and what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but it's something about that too. But it's something about just being able to experience that that I think I wasn't expected. And it was like there was an instant change in me the minute I was able to feel my body start to transition and be different, and I'm growing, and I'm like experience all these different hormones and feelings and all kinds of stuff, and it's just like there's something growing inside of me, like
person. Yes,
a human being, and I instantly was just like, it ain't shit I can't do. Like I could take on the world, I could take on the army. It ain't shit you can tell me I can't do. The fact that I can create a life inside of me.
Did you not think that you ever really could? Like, or just
I mean, I knew it was a possibility, but you don't know until you do it. Like
until
you are in it and you're experiencing that.
That's
like
fair.
I remember the first time I was able to like see her move inside my belly, and I like, that's a foot or something. Like it's just,
or something. What the hell?
Cause you don't know. I don't have X-ray vision. I don't know what part of the body was actually moving.
This is the way you said it's a foot or something.
It's something moving. It's just an unbelievable miracle, and it's like it makes you not question your faith, but it strengthens your faith or whatever you believe in. Or whoever you believe in, it strengthens your confidence in you. It can break you too, because you could just be like, Lord, what did I do? Why would I do that?
Jesus.
So we still trying to figure this out.
I ain't gonna point no fingers, but you know, something happened.
Every time we have a good video.
A really good video. Like, I almost in tears in here because we talking about being parents. You know, we love our kids. Like, we talking about being queer and owning our identity, loving all that, being queer parents.
I'm hot now.
Anyway, y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get because we already told y'all in the beginning you gonna get what you gonna get when you gonna get it, okay?
All right, so anyway,
we
so,
were
right.
finished saying.
No, wait. Let's start over. All right. So, hello, everybody. This is Exposed Truth. We are going to hop back into this conversation because...
Hold on, Cash. What's this show called?
Oh. That's how you know we don't know. That's how you know we don't know. This is Exposed Thoughts. Hi, everybody. This is Exposed Thoughts. I'm Cashmere.
I'm Armani.
Okay. So, we literally just shot this whole video and it did not record. So, we just going to jump into the key points. But this video is about, one, being parents, how we feel now that we are both parents. Two, being queer parents. And three, how we would feel if our children turn out to be queer.
Yes.
All right. Quick to us being parents, because I think that it actually recorded that part, but I'm going to jump in quick. Like, it's the most amazing thing that ever happened to me.
I wouldn't change anything for the world. I love my kid.
Yes. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I birthed my kid. She's one now. Well, she's 15 months.
We not doing these 38, 7, 15 months. We not a one.
It definitely was an amazing experience. I kept saying it was like the most beautiful traumatic experience I've ever had. That was the one thing I used when I actually birthed her, and everybody, oh, how was it? Traumatizing but beautiful. Because baby, talk about push, okay. But I had an amazing pregnancy. Surprisingly, I didn't have any morning sickness or anything like that, so I was blessed. I was blessed to have a very healthy kid, and it was definitely, some things clicked immediately. I'm a different person.
Whole different person.
I will end somebody's life. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm now here to protect this kid. That is my only job.
Okay. And for me, I did not birth my son. However, I came into his life when he was 3 turning 4. He will be 17 soon. And can't nobody change that. It's been a beautiful journey. Obviously, co-parenting or just raising a child in general is not always the easiest thing. But I would not change the journey for anything. I love him. I love his mom. I'm ever grateful for his mom for allowing me to come into their lives and to be his father. She's also a great friend of mine. So shout out to y'all. I love y'all.
Love y'all too. Yeah. Yes, I have an amazing co-parent. I ain't gonna leave that out. I have amazing co-parents, and I was blessed to find a very understanding and supportive donor. You know, we didn't have any like issues as far as like legal wise or whatever. So yeah. So yeah, my kid has 2 moms. And that's it.
Two moms.
2 moms and that's it.
And so how would you feel if your child came to you and said that they were queer? And by queer I mean any letter or letters within the LGBTQIA plus.
Want to be a part of the alphabet gang?
I hate the alphabet gang. Who said that?
Like I said, excuse me, 100% supportive. Like at the end of the day, I just want a intelligent, healthy, smart kid. Whether she wants to be lesbian or non-binary or trans or I don't know all the other letters.
We pulling Cash queer card because she's supposed to know. She's supposed to know this right now.
Listen. I think in the last video I told y'all I'm old now. I don't know what they do.
Who is old? Oh my.
No, but But yeah, I would be 100% supportive no matter what. We talked about like if they came to me and wanted to transition, I would still be 100% supportive. I would hesitate a little bit when it came to as far as like physically altering themselves, like something that you can't really come back from until
irreversible.
Irreversible. Yes, until they are, I don't want to say of age, but can very comprehend that it is something that you can't come back from, and I can feel comfortable that they really understand that this is it. Like it's not like a tattoo. Like tattoos are supposed to be permanent, but now you can get laser and get it, or you can always cover it up with something else. Like, so I think that's the only thing I would be hesitant. I think when it came down to nope.
This is a janky production. Okay, we about to start calling our productions janky productions. Because every time we're recording, it's always something going on,
what
right?
happened to your phone?
We're gonna start calling it janky productions.
Who janky?
Our production. Hi, Uncle Baby. Hi.
What you had to eat?
Hi, Uncle Baby. Hi. I knew you was gonna win. Hi, Jesus.
Oh, what was I saying? This so throwing me off. Anyway. Oh, so I was saying that I knew at 12, I knew what I wanted, who I liked, how I wanted to date. So I can't tell my child at that age that they don't know better, or they don't know what they're feeling, or they don't know what they want. So I would automatically just, be supportive in their team, and we're going to learn together. And as long as, we can take the healthy route and do things the healthy way, we will. I think I said before, like, even though at that young age I knew, what I wanted or whatever, there are certain things, like I know at one point I wanted a beard. So I think if I knew back at that age, or had the knowledge as far as like being able to use hormones to get certain things and all that, I probably would have dipped and dabbed in it, because I was seriously about having a beard. I mean, I don't feel that way now. I don't feel that way
now.
You
don't want a beard?
No. I really was just, at that time, was like just really into facial hair, and I thought I would look so cool with a beard.
So to clarify, you thought that you would be a cute woman with a beard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You do know that exists, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know that exists,
yes,
right?
I
and
do
it's
know
okay,
it exists.
right? Okay.
I do know it exists, but I also know that if I would have went through it, and now at this point I would have been upset. Like, I don't want to have this beard now. So I'm just to say that I do understand the difference of knowing what I want at a young age, and understanding, the consequences and stuff that come from doing certain things. So I think that as long as I can get that across to my child, and we are on the same page, and they like strongly like, this is it, we're going through it, baby. We're going to do what we're going to do.
I know that's right. I love that. And like I was saying too, like I didn't know that. I knew that you are a very loving, open, and supportive person, right, in general, and especially when it comes to your child and, bringing them into this world and all of that. But I didn't know it was that deep, that you would be so supportive when it comes to, like, if they identified as trans or non-binary or whatever. And that's also because we never had that conversation, right? But I just always felt like, well, you love me, you've dated a trans person, you know what I'm saying? So I just always kind of felt like, nah, Cash, which is why we got this show anyway, because we align in so many ways. Like, we're on the same level of a lot of things. And I love that you said that, because there's actually even some trans and non-binary people who have, like, medically transitioned. They've had surgeries and things like that, and they feel like they do absolutely not want their kids to be trans. You can't stop your child from being who and what they are. As much as you try, it's better for you to support them the way that you were saying, like, it's so much better for you to support them, because you brought them into this world, or you chose to be their guardian, or whatever your relationship is with them. why would you not want to support them? Why would you not want to protect them and have their back when they go out into this world? And so many people may be biased or have these phobias against them because of the color of their skin, because of their sexuality, their gender, all these reasons. Why wouldn't you want to be that safe space for them, you know? And which brings me to me being my son's father. Like, from the moment I came into his life, I made sure that his mom and I had a conversation from while we were dating, when we just decided to just be friends, and then co-parenting. Like, listen, if I'm going to be his father, he has to know that I'm trans. I don't lead with that. We've already, talked about that here, as to why the show stopped, because I don't lead my life as, oh, I'm a trans man. I don't lead with that unless it's something that is queer or trans specific. I don't lead with that. And so I'm a father. That's it. I'm not a trans father. I am, but I don't lead with that, right? So I just wanted him to know at some point that, oh, by the way, your father is trans, and then explaining to him what the word trans or transgender mean. And so I did that when he was 5. This was when, because I know at 5 is when kids really start developing like the memory and all that, because now you're going to like kindergarten and all that, now you're in school, all of that. So I felt like at 5 was around the time when I would start breaking things to him, and just again making him aware of things and exposing him to certain things, so that as he gets older, then we can have more in-depth conversations and all of that. So I already told him that I was trans from his young age, at his young age. And then I put him in the environment to be around other people like us, other queer people, people that just probably weren't like him, to just see these types of people, the variations of all the people that are in this world. And my hope is that he would grow to be just a very loving and open and accepting person, not just of his father, but his mother, who is also openly queer, of maybe himself, if for whatever reason he may feel that he's queer, but just to be a loving, open, and respectful person to go out into this world and be like, oh, okay. As long as nobody is disrespecting you or hurting you or anything, it's like, oh, okay, cool, like that. And I see now, fast forward to present day, he's in high school, he's about to be 17, and we had our first conversation about him having friends that use the pronouns they, them. And it's just like, yeah, they use they, them, and it's just like, it was just so like, yeah, some parents don't have those conversations, they can't even fathom, well, my child ain't we not doing that. We not doing that, And so I would fully 1000% support my kid if he came out as queer, right? And I tell him all the time from young that if you decide today or tomorrow you want to wear a tutu when you go outside, listen, I'm all for it. However, I will tell you, I don't know about me wearing no tutu. It's not that anything's wrong. I just don't see myself wearing that. Now, a kilt with some nice boots and a blazer or what,
That was my birthday outfit this year.
Oh, God. Cash always copying me.
Copying when I did it.
But I've told him from young, when he had this pink polo shirt, and again, I love his mom, but I'm always going to tell this story. I don't care, because the truth is the truth. We both have different backgrounds, his mom and I, of how we were raised in our childhoods and things. And so when we came into each other's lives, like as a family and as close friends, it took a while for her to unlearn certain behaviors and certain things. And he had this pink 3-button little polo tennis shirt, whatever y'all want to call it, and also a pink book that had all the princesses from all the different stories, Jasmine and Belle and all the young girls, Tinkerbell, all of them. And the pink shirt still had the tag on it, and the book was wherever it was. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put this pink shirt on. No, he ain't wearing that. Why? It's pink. My son ain't wearing no pink. And now, mind y'all, don't come for her, because I'll cuss y'all something good, okay? Because this was a long time ago, and we all have to unlearn something. Whatever, we all got something to unlearn, because society is shit, right? Anyways, this was a long time ago. But she was like, yeah, my son not wearing no pink shirt. wait, hold, immediately, look, I go into therapist mode. Wait a minute, what you just say? Because I'm hearing internal homophobia, all these things. Like, what the hell you got going? And then I found the book with all the princesses, and I was like, all right, well, we gonna read this book. I don't know why he got that book. It's a book. Cause it's pink. You got a problem because it got princesses? What the?
You gotta learn about women some kind of way.
Listen, that was the one moment in life when I felt like I can't be this kid's father, because I'll be damned if I'm going to allow myself to be in that environment, and damn sure not co-parenting with someone who has that mindset. We not doing that, because to me it tells me that, one, you probably don't truly see me for me, and you don't truly love yourself as a queer person. And so we had to have a talk about it, and after a while, over time, it's like, damn, okay. And now it's so much different. But that was in the beginning stages, and it's why sometimes co-parenting and creating a family and a life with someone it's really important that you really get down to the root of things with people and see, like how they are, who they are, and all the things. Anyway, but regardless of even when she had to unlearn those things, we've both been very accepting and loving parents, right? We both have said that regardless of what he wants to do, who he is, what he is, how he identifies, whatever, we're going to love him. And so going back to what I was saying, that I had told her and I told him that if he wanted to wear a pink tutu, if he decided today or tomorrow that he want to wear a wig or whatever it is, it's two things I'm going to say. Two things I'm going to say to you. One, I don't give a damn. And I'm gonna make sure that you look good in it. Okay? When you step outside, you're gonna look good. Okay, you're gonna be complimented. However, the other thing is that however you decide to identify, whoever you decide to love, however you decide to dress, whatever it is, you have to be confident in who you are before you step outside that door. Because there's going to be at least one person that's either going to try you or they're going to talk shit about you because they don't understand you. Because they're not jealous. I was about to say that because they're not as confident or as brave as you are to step outside and be like, this is who I am. And not think twice about what other people is going to say, And so I just said it to him the other day when we had this conversation, like, remember, like, regardless of, it's nothing that you can't tell me. And I won't love you. I won't support you. I won't be there for you. And the same goes for his mom. Like we said and we talk. Every time I'm here, we sit and we talk about everything. So if my kid comes out, as queer, whatever letter or letters, I am going to 1000% support him and do my best to make sure that he has access to resources and all the things that he needs, because I didn't have certain things. And I was hard on myself in the beginning of my transition. Just as a queer person, but specifically also later on in life as a trans person. Like I didn't have enough people to talk to. I didn't see enough visibility of people like me and all the things. So I'm just like, I want to make sure that people after me has that my kid specifically has that. And then when it comes to being a supportive parent of if my child was like trans or non-binary, and for whatever reason, if like medicine or surgeries and all the things came into play, is definitely something that I personally feel like I would like for them to at least experience puberty a bit, to just see if your mind shifts, if it changes, like there's so many things that I know when I was 10 or 11, I hit puberty. And it was destroying me. It was destroying me because, first of all, I already knew who and what I was at 5. I just didn't have the language. And that's the thing, going back to what I said before. Kids are smart. They already know who and what they are. You said the same thing too. Like, you already know at a young age who and what you are. Even if you don't have the words, the language to describe it, you feel it. You know something. And so then once you get a little bit older and you have the language, so it's like, oh, now there's a word for how I feel, And so if he decides that at any moment, like I said, that he wants to medically, he feels like he's trans or non-binary or anything of the like, and he feels like he may want to, or any future kids of mine also feels like they want to, be on any hormones or modify their body or whatever it is, I'm going to support you. However, there are certain things that I am going to want you to wait for, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to give you information as to why to further prove this is why I'm making you wait. It's not because I don't support you. It's not because I don't love you and because I don't hear you.
Right,
I hear you, you
right.
know? And so, yeah, so I will 1000% support my child. Yeah.
I think you said something about, I had a question for you. You were talking about taking him to spaces to see and be around other like trans people and understanding. Do you feel like in that time it helped you? Like, cause I don't know like how far along you were in your transition at that time, but did you feel like it helped you solidify like you being you, as once you became a parent?
Me being me as a trans man, as a
like helping him see people for who they are. Did it help you like see yourself better also?
I guess you could say that. I mean, I felt like already confident in myself. My confidence ain't ever been high, but I already felt confident. Hey, that's y'all perceptions of me. I love it. Thank you, but it's a little struggle. But I was already confident in me. Okay. I had to get to a point of confidence to be able to first affirm who and what I was to myself, then to like doctors and jobs and people I was dating, family, like, you know, so then to now the outside world. I had already had to work on my confidence to be confident in myself, and then to vocalize it to other people. But I think that, yes, that might have helped a little bit, but it was more so for me to, again, just what's the best way that I can say it? I think it was more so a stepping stone, a really big stepping stone in this path of life to help him just be a loving, open, and respectful person, like I said before, because I think one of the problems as to why a lot of society is so homophobic and racist and transphobic and all these phobias and biases and things is because of the things that they're taught at home, and people just not being so open with allowing their kids to just grow and be. Why are you teaching a child to hate a person because of the color of their skin? They're not really, I can't say that they're not, but the way that I was raised, you don't really necessarily learn that from the outside world. You learn it at home first. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to teach your child that they're beautiful, that it's nothing wrong with them, that they should be kind to people, but be kind to yourself first. Respect yourself first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling anybody how to raise their child, but these are things that I would hope that people are doing, because it helps to build character, to build strength, to send your kid out into the world and be like, you know what, I love who I am and nobody can tell me that I'm not this, that I'm not that, you know, like that. Right. So I felt like taking him to that space was to show him a variation of people that, again, he didn't see every day. When you come from the neighborhood that he came from, you don't see that.
I ain't gonna tell you what you see in that neighborhood, but it ain't that.
Without, you know, like, we can't get too specific, but you know, like, I knew for sure he did not see that. Then on top of it, you're going to public school and you're all the, so it's, I just wanted him to see a difference in the world. The same way like I get out and travel this world and I see different people, different things. I want him to see that from young, so that, again, he will grow up to be as loving and as open and as kind to people. And now, like I said, fast forward to him being 16, about to be 17, and us having this conversation about, my friend is non-binary and they use they, them pronouns, and I was like, oh, but like I was thinking two things. Like, one, I'm so proud of you. Like, of my child. Like, I'm so proud of you, because I didn't have to, like, and you gotta respect, and you gotta, I didn't have to be that way. It comes naturally, and it tells me that, also too, that his mom and I, we did a great job in raising him, and that he actually listened to us.
Yeah.
When we're genuinely talking to him and raising him, it really told me that, like, damn, we did a good job. You know?
I want to repeat this part because I'm not sure if we got cut off before, but I talked about you being a father and like how I've enjoyed watching you parent and how proud I am of you as a father, being as though it's like you live all the way across the world and
across the country. Y'all love seeing this world part.
You live all the way
I live in America.
You live all the way on the West Coast, but you still show up and show out for him. You still make him feel like, you know, like you're not 10,000 million miles away. Like he doesn't feel, you know, less loved or less supported or like his dad is absent. So I commend you, and I'm so proud of you in that way. It's like you're such a good dad. Even you're amazing uncle too, because my little girl don't like people.
That's our baby, okay? That's Uncle Baby. That's our baby, okay? I'm an uncle, but that's my baby.
She don't like nobody, but this one, she be waiting for you.
Y'all gotta see how she light up. It makes me blush. I love that little girl so much. I love her. But also, Cash, I want to repeat what I said, that I saw a change in you. You are already a beautiful, great, amazing person. You know, you've given to me when I didn't have shit. Okay, I came in Cash life. We didn't talk about this briefly before. I'm gonna tell you again now. Okay, then I'm gonna circle it up like we always do. Circle back, okay, to the parenting. But sidebar a minute. Cash met me when I was this broke, struggling photographer in Philly, okay? And she needed pictures to promote her book, right? And so, you know, we met up, I took her pictures, and then from there, it just, like, something just clicked, you know? Like, we just kept communicating, kept working together. Then I told her about my book, my ideas for all the things, and fast forward all these years later, you know, like, Cash then signed me on as an author. I ain't had no money. I'm like, look, this my idea. I ain't got no money. Can you help me? Yeah. Cash like, you know what? I believe in you. I'm gonna put my money up, and we gonna publish your books through her publishing company. And it just, I'm ever grateful for Cash for that. You know,
we're gonna start needing tissue on this show.
But fast forward to now, you know, all these years later, we're best friends. Cash is now a parent. You know, welcome to Parenthood.
Thank you.
And to see how you were, you know, like just through everything, the way that you were trying to get sleep, that you were, you know, taking all your supplements and all the things that you needed to do to make sure that you had a healthy pregnancy, that you were taking care of yourself and preparing the house and just everything, making all these arrangements, you know, you and your co-parent, but specifically you. And just seeing, and then once she got here, just how protective you were, how specific you were about the foods that she eat, the clothes she's going to wear, just everything. I was a little worried, you know, a little worried, because I'm like, Cash is going crazy. But
all these listen,
everything like pureeing food, little baby blender I ain't never seen before. It steams the food. I'll be like, Cash, what you doing? Peeling potatoes, apples, peach, all
listen, you start reading the ingredients and this stuff.
Yup.
And it's like, it's crazy because you like it, but you still eat it. I'm grown now, okay? I'm old. Whatever's gonna take me out, gonna take me out. But
Cash love to say she old. Like, dog, what?
Well, my baby gets the best, okay? The finest.
Little bougie baby, in a good way. But you know,
my baby got a pilot like Chef Ramsay.
She gonna be running things, but all of that to say though, look, circle back. Well, I'll tell you. Did I tell y'all? To circle back to say that I am proud of you. I'm watching you, you know, evolve into this parent, and not that you haven't co-parented before, but like you said, like carrying that baby, you know, birthing that baby. It's a different type of yes. And so I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, and I'm proud of you, and I love that little girl. And we also said that it made us see a different side of each other because we're parents and how we are with our kids, but also that it makes us love each other more and in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And I really see that. It's like, okay, so if something happened to me, I know my kid gonna be okay because Cash, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Cash will be there for my kid, and I see how she is with her child, and I love it. So, yeah, look at us parents.
Look at us. You wait. Before we end this, you said something that caught me off guard because you was like, I think you said something like, my child, and if I have more, you want to have more.
I would like to biologically have a child, yes, and whatever that looks like. I don't really want to be a seahorse dad, Go Google seahorses right now. Seahorse dad. Google it. See, because only women can carry babies and all that.
I learn new terminology every time we do a video.
That's what the show
every
is
time
about.
We do it. Okay, I gotta go and Google seahorse dad.
Go and Google seahorse dad, and it will tell you that the male seahorse carries the baby. Oh. Y'all thought y'all knew? You thought you knew everything, didn't you? Only women can shut up. Shut up, okay? Shut up.
Oh, okay. Seahorse dad. So you don't know if you want to be a seahorse dad, but you want a biological child.
Yes, I would like that, and it doesn't mean, because I'm sure my son, his mom, my family, everybody's going to watch this because they love and support us, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that I love my son any less, that I see him any less of not my child. That's my kid. Mm-hmm. And ain't nobody in this world going to tell me any different. Mm-hmm. However, like you said, there's a different connection, right? Mm-hmm. And so also because my mom only has one biological grandchild, I'm just like, okay, that's something that I also want to give to my parents. Is another grandchild. Okay. And I feel like there's a bigger part of me that just hasn't entered this world yet. And I would.
No, to write that down.
There's a bigger part of me that hasn't entered this world yet, and I feel like that's going to be my baby. I also feel like if I do have biological children, that it might be a one-time thing, and I'm going to end up with twins. Listen, whatever baby I have, I'm going to love my baby or babies.
Let me build this outhouse. I had to buy a cul-de-sac. Is it cul-de-sac? Cul-de-sac, yes. I had to build me one of those. Baby.
I just feel like I'm going to have twins. I've always felt this way since a child, that like if I ever
do you have twins in your family?
I don't know. I think
something to do.
I think it's like, I think there's two sets of twins in my family that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two sets. One for sure. The other one, I'm like, I don't know. Are they twins? I don't know. But yeah. There's two sets of twins. Yeah, and I just feel like because they're so, it has to be two. Because my thought process was because they're so far apart. One of my mom's kids is going to have twins. My brother already had the only biological grandchild that my immediate family has. So then if me or my sister has the next kid, I just feel like that one of us going to be the ones that have twins, but more so me. Yeah. So I don't plan to be a seahorse dad. But if that is the one, and this is what I tell people close to me, or just people in general, if a doctor tells me that this is the one for sure way that you can have a healthy baby, like, and they can like guarantee like no birth defects and anything like that, I'll do it. I'll figure it out. I don't wanna, but I'll figure it out. But either way, yes, I would love to have at least one or two more children, and so that my kid is not an only kid. I didn't ever see myself having like just one kid. Like I want them to have siblings. It'll be a big ass gap.
Me and my sister are 17 years apart, so it won't.
My child will be 17.
I said me and my sister are 17 years apart.
Right, but by the time I get to what I'm trying to do,
you better get in this year.
This year? What are you, crazy?
You Like, come on,
In
figure
this
this out.
economy, dog, you got.
Yeah, figure this out.
Look, you got presidents trying to make it a felony to identify as trans. Absolutely not in this economy. Sorry, no. That's another video for them. Anyway, no.
Yes.
Yeah, not in this economy. Sorry, no.
Okay.
Her baby is my baby. That's the baby we raising in this economy right now. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But anyway, that's all we got for y'all for right now. Okay, for this episode. Let us know how you feel about being a parent, how you feel about being a queer parent. If your child comes out to you as queer, let us know in the comments. If you don't want people to see your comment, DM us, because we'll still be able to share it without sharing your name. We like to get feedback from y'all. You know, let's hear what y'all have to say.
And let us know after you Google seahorse dad, because I'm about to Google it too.
Look, Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever you use to search.
Let us know what you find out so we can exchange notes.
And then y'all come back to the potential seahorse daddy, and y'all talk to me.
But until next time,
y'all continue to shine.
Peace.
Shoo!